Hi guys, welcome back. It's Theresa from Glamorousmess, and today for our 13 days of Halloween slay, I'm bringing you a mummy. So to start off, I did prime my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, and now what I'm doing is I'm going in with the Rimmel London Stay Matte Foundation in the color Natural Beige. I'm using a brush, which I normally wouldn't do. I would just go in with my beauty blender, but I want to make sure that the foundation gets all over my face since it's so far away from my color. You want to use a color that isn't your skin tone so that you look a little more washed out and dead. This is actually a foundation that I got on accident because I thought it was going to be my color and it wasn't. So it was just sitting in my makeup bag, so this is the perfect time to use it. So after I pretty much have my foundation spread across my face using the brush, I'm going to go in with my beauty blender to make it more smooth and seamless. Alright, and now I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the color Dark Brown, and I'm going to do my eyebrows. I don't really want them to be absolutely perfect because I'm a mummy and I'm dead, so I'm just going to go over them to fill them in, and I'm not going to conceal them because I want them to look a little raggedy, not crazy raggedy, but just a little bit. I'm going to go in with my Morphe 35N palette, and I'm going to take this dark orange, I'm going to tap it off, and I'm going to put it in my crease. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the color in my crease, and I'm also dragging the color up to the beginning of my eyebrow in the front to make it a little bit more dramatic. Right, and you want to make sure that it's not perfect, so I'm getting it on my lid, I'm smudging it out on the sides, and I'm being a little bit messy with it. And I'm going back in with the same palette, and I'm using this dark brown shade. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make the outsides darker. So I'm going to go in my crease a little bit, but I'm going to focus more on the outer corners and the inner corner up to my eyebrow. Alright, and now I'm going to go back in with that same brush that I used the first time, and I'm going to buff out the edges. I'm not going to put any more product on it for now. I'm just going to make sure everything's nice and blended. I'm going to go back in with that dark shade because I want it to be very dark around my eyes, and I'm going to do my lower lash line. And in the same palette, I'm going to go in and take this semi-dark brown shade, and what I'm going to use this for is I'm going to use this to start to contour my cheeks. So it's not that dark because I want to kind of place where I want my contour to be. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to start blending that out. And once again, I'm going to go into that palette, and I'm going to take this darker brown. It's just a little bit darker than the other color, and I'm going to use a fluffy brush because I don't really want everything to be too precise right now. I'm more worried about blending. But this look is very concentrated on blending. You're going to have to blend a whole lot, but it'll be worth it in the end. Okay, and then also, as you can see, I'm going to go back to my first brush. I'm not putting any more product on it, but I am going to use this to try and blend the two shades together and make everything a little bit more cohesive. Alright, and now I'm going to go on with this big fluffy brush and just blend everything out. So there's nothing on this brush, I'm just blending everything together. Now to go even a little darker, I'm going to take my NYX contour kit and I'm going to use the darkest shade with a contour brush. This is a new brush and I'm going to make it even darker and more intense. Alright, and now I'm going to take this contour brush from e.l.f. that I've been using and I'm going to go into the second darkest shade and I'm going to make circles around my temples. Oh, and look what I'm doing here, blending. Then I'm going to keep blending until my arm falls off, and this time I'm going to go in with my beauty blender. Alright, and now that I feel like it's blended, I'm going to go in with my foundation brush, but I'm going to use a little bit more of the light foundation that I had, and I'm going to make it more precise. So what this is going to do is make everything look more intense and make it look more like a corpse. Then you blend it in, and then you blend it in. Alright, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in back with my foundation. I'm going to go over my lips. This is what's really going to make the look come to life and it's going to look more deadly. Okay, so now I'll put a little bit more foundation on my cheeks, on my nose, and on my forehead just to make everything look a little bit more intense and make the contour stand out a whole lot more. And then for an extra effect, I'm going to go around my nose and I'm going to darken around my nostrils, not in my nose, people, just around my nostrils, just to make it a little bit more dramatic. Alright, and now I'm just going to touch up underneath my eye again using that same shade just to make sure that everything is dark. And I also put a little bit more foundation under there, so I just want to make sure that everything is smoked out and nice. Okay, so I'm going to take that light foundation again and I'm going to make it go down my neck and I'm going to put it on the upper part of my chest. So I'm going to use my beauty blender just to blend that out. Alright, now I'm going to go back into my NYX contour palette and I'm going to use the dark shade again, and what I'm going to do is outline my collarbone. So I'm going to do the top of my collarbone and the bottom of my collarbones just to make everything look more corpsey. I'm also going to take it and I'm going to go up my neck on two sides just to make it a little bit more intense. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into my Morphe 35N palette and I'm going to use this black shade to darken the inside of my lips, and then I'm going to drag it down a little bit and smack my lips together so it doesn't look too precise. Alright, so I wanted my collarbones to look darker. So what I went in with that same black color, and I'm just gonna outline it. And then guess what? Guess what? I'm gonna blend it. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna blend it on out. Alright guys, and here's the final look. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys are enjoying our 13 days of Halloween slay. So stay tuned for more videos coming to you very soon. But in the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I see my